Right people, we're going to be cooking a fish, but it's going to be different this time. It's going to be a basic fish pie. There is a huge piece of brown trout. There's a huge piece of, wait for this, a huge brown trout. For those who you don't know what a brown trout looks like, there, look at all those dots on it, an English brown trout. First thing I'm going to do is just dab that off. It's been in the freezer, been cleaned, frozen. I put it on some paper towel first, get rid of any moisture and slime, and then I'm going to take the skin off it. First, sharpen up that knife. Now, a lot of people do it this way. The best way to do it is just going down carefully like this. Just taking that skin off, you don't actually cut it. You use the weight of the skin against the meat and just pull the skin. Knife is already sharp, and this, by the way, is a honing steel. There. So I just dab off the surplus moisture like this. It's a big chunk of fish. Look at the meat on that. I mean, that's unbelievable. That's English brown trout for you. Dab off that moisture. Turn it around that way for you. I'm just going to start from this end because we're going to be flaking this up to go in the pie dish, and just gently lever that skin, almost pulling it, just pulling it under tension, stretching it. This is how easy this is hopefully going to come off. The knife is very sharp for a change. Look at that, people. Just, I can't even use that for sharks, but there you go. Now this I can just cube up and then break up basically with my fingers, and that's the main fillet of fish. And there might be bones down here which I can feel. You can take them out with tweezers, or you can do a V cut like this and just take out that central patch of bones, and then of course it makes life a lot easier for you. There we go. I'm going to freeze that, and I'm going to use that for bait for conger, ling, bullhuss, anything. What I'm going to do is cube this up with small cubes first. In fact, what I think is easier is just split that right down the middle like that, because there's a big chunk of fish here. Very, very thick. The fish weighed, I think it was 10.5 pounds on one of our films. I'm going to cube it up like this. Obviously be aware there might still be the odd bone in there, but hopefully we've got most of them out. This is a very firm flesh. This one was caught at Avington Fishery in Hampshire on a fly, called the Pearly Daddy. Okay, so there's all my cubed up fish ready. First thing, put all these cubed up fish in the bottom of a container. It's going to be our mixing container. Now this one's a seafood twist. It's a mix of fresh and sea. So as you can see, we've got our brown trout, English brown trout, and then the seafood in the shape of prawns. Going to pop those in there. You can put in as many as you want. We're making this for 2 people, so I mean basically look, you could, I think that's more than enough. I'm going to save those for a sandwich tomorrow. Waste not, want not. Now into that, to mix it up, we're going to put some creme fraiche, or what you call it, cream fraiche. We call it creme fraiche. It's very chefy. 2 tablespoons of this, just to give it a good base there. That's 2.3 grams. Let's mix that up. So using a wooden spoon, we give this a good mix around there. There's going to be quite a lot of food here. Well, hopefully there's 7 or 8 people going to turn up to eat it. Okay, and then into that I've got a cup of peas. We're going to cook them straight from frozen. Well, we thawed out a little bit obviously. Fish pie is pretty easy to make, and it can be very, very tasty. Salt and pepper to season. It can be an individual thing, so don't overdo it, because if you're cooking with it, it's one thing, but if you put it on, you can always add to it later, actually physically on your plate, can't you? So I'm going to put in just a bit of pepper. Okay, so quite a bit of pepper. Mix it all up again, give it a good stir around. Obviously when it's cooking, it's all going to fuse together, mix, all those juices come out. And then, once you've got it in the mixing bowl, you're going to put it into your oven dish here. It all goes into the oven dish, hopefully without making a huge mess of it. Easy to do this one, and of course it's in the oven. So it's all really looks after itself. It's not like frying, is it? That's spread in there. Push it down a bit. It'll all go soft and flatter when it's cooked anyway. Now onto that I'm going to put a topping of pre-cooked mashed potato. This is mashed potato. Now you don't need a film of mashed potato. I'm sure you can boil a potato and mash it. So we're going to sprinkle this on the top. It's going to give us our top taste to it. And hopefully I've got enough mashed potato here. And again, that's all going to cook down. Simple, 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 easy. You know what the hardest piece is here? I'll tell you, you guys know, is catching the fish is the hard part. Cooking it is medium hard. Eating it is the end product. Okay, just give that a topping like this. I wouldn't use a spoon, I'd use the fork because you can see it's much easier just to pack that down a little bit. There we go. I can pack that down relatively tight with the fork. You've got no need to make those little pinking patterns all over it. You can do if you want, it's up to you. If you've got lots of mash, you can do it. And then on top of that, dead easy. A little bit of cheese you can sprinkle on there. This one's, look at this. It's English mild cheddar. Good old English cheddar. Just sprinkle it. You can grate your own, or why not just go and get this. So easy. In fact, I think, to be honest, the amount I've got in here, I think it's going to be some for the following night as well. Now that's it, guys, there. That's ready for the oven now. So we're going to put this in the oven for about 20-25 minutes, about gas mark 8. Preheat the oven first though. Make sure you use a pair of oven gloves because it might be cold going in the oven, but the inside of the oven is, yes, hot. Top shelf, closed door. Then pour yourself a suitable alcohol of your choice, wine or perhaps a beer. So the only veg we're going to be cooking with this are some carrots, which we've got boiling away here. That gives it a bit of colour. Don't forget there's potato in there, there's peas in there, so all we really need are a few carrots. So we've got some carrots on the go there. But something you just don't see is what we used to do as kids. We used to do it with the grandmothers and grandparents. They used to do this. The top of the carrot you cut off like that, okay? You slice them off. I wonder if there's a few older guys out there, even older women, that go, I know what he's going to do, I know what he's going to do. The top of the carrot, we used to make forests. We used to grow vegetable patches with those. Place them all either in a saucer. It was something grandparents did to amuse their grandchildren. So there they are. If you see those, I can't tip it on his side. The water will go all over the floor. She won't be happy. I've wet them all over. I'm just going to put this near the windowsill so they've got a bit of daylight, and we'll find out probably, I reckon, 3-4 days where there's any shoots growing. Something for you kids and grown-ups if you want to play. Prawns left over. Wait a minute. I've got some seafood sauce. I'm going to make myself a beer and seafood sauce, little nibble, an aperitif while I'm waiting for the fish to cook. I'm going to tip the last of these prawns out on a piece of toweling. Give them a little dab up like this. How easy is this, people? Put them on the plate. I was going to make sandwiches with them tomorrow, but a bit of seafood sauce. Just like that. A little bit of pepper on there. Mix it all up. And enjoy. Looks like I've already been enjoying. Right, it's had the 20-25 minutes. We bring it out. Plates have gone in there just for a couple of minutes. Don't forget, guys, that fish goes cold quick. And there it is. Just starting to gold on the top. Ready for serving. And the observant among you might realise that in fact it's not my hands doing the service, but the good lady wife's, because I cannot film, move the camera as well. Carrots on, fish pie. There it is, as you can see. Easily enough for 2 people. Probably, to be honest, you could stretch that to 3.